I think the OMNI Camp will benefit me by changing my trading style, and it showed me a way to create a real trading plan and trade the plan and stick to the plan rather than throwing in my own intuition or my own feelings or my own thoughts on how to do it, and removing the emotions and the subjectivity out of it, and transforming me from a semi-successful trader to a very successful trader. Oscar gave me a system that I have 100% confidence will work.
I think this camp is going to benefit me because it takes me away from overthinking or nervous trading. It takes me away from trying to develop an intuition about soybeans or oil or gasoline or gold or silver. It takes me away from those undefinable endeavors. Simplifies things down into something that helps me digest the market and come up with a plan and execute a given plan. With every trade, I'm out of my trade, I'm placing my trade, I'm not overthinking it or trying to rescue it. I do my part, I go about my life.
I think the OMNI Camp will benefit me because I feel it'll help my confidence.
I believe this camp's going to benefit me because it gives me the confidence that I can become a trader and excel in it and do well and make it my living. He makes it simple so that you can, every day, you know exactly where to get in, get out, and all the profit objectives. It's like a checklist that the pilot goes through when he gets in the plane. Oscar makes it simple, and you walk away from here and you have all this confidence that, yes, I can do this. And if I have questions, I know that I can go back to Oscar and he will be there to answer my questions and help me any way, anyhow.
I would definitely recommend the OMNI Camp. The reason why I would recommend it is because I have taken and paid for many, many courses, and they're just not worth it. Some courses were substantially more expensive, some were cheaper, and none of them were worth what I paid for them. And this is the one that is absolutely worth it.
Yes, I would, and why? Whatever your bent is, or whatever your experience is, or in my case, inexperience, you come as a package, so you've got some things that you know, and whatever that is, because of his acumen, you're going to whittle that down to what you need instead of what you think.
Well, I would recommend it because I think that anyone that comes and spends the 4 or 5 days with Oscar would be able to go back home and be a better trader.
Absolutely. If you want to learn how the stock market operates, well, not how the stock market operates, but how to be successful as a trader, this is a great place to be. It's a phenomenal camp. Make that investment. It's well worth your time and your money. Even just getting to know Oscar has been a treat.
The way I feel about Oscar is one of the fellow students in the class sort of humorously or comically referred to him as the OG, because he is the real deal. He is the guy who made it happen and is making it happen. And I don't think there's any way for Oscar to be more genuine, more caring, and more personal toward his students.
Oscar's, I'm on, what, am I 60 years old? I've been in healthcare since 1979, that's a few years. I've seen maybe 20, 30 patients a day for, what, 35, 40 years. I've talked to a lot of people. Oscar's a high-functioning, articulate, he's ridiculously experienced, and he brings all that to bear without ego or holding back. You couldn't ask for like a walking, talking Wall Street encyclopedia, handbook, index, operating system manual. It's all jammed into this one man. That's just Oscar.
Oscar is as real as it gets. He treats you like family. You walk in the door, he treats you like family. One thing that really impressed me with Oscar was when the trade went bad or he messed up on something, he's the first to tell you. And that always tells me someone's telling you the truth when they tell you that they made a mistake. That's what really impressed me. And then if you're watching the videos or his chat room, every once in a while his daughters will come in or his wife, and you can see how he treats his family. Sometimes he says, I gotta go be dad. But how he treats his family, that was one of the things that really impressed me also.
Oscar's the real deal. Yeah, he is. He's the real deal.
The thing that surprised me the most about OMNI Camp was Oscar himself and how genuine he is, how much he really cares about each individual. And I knew Oscar was a floor trader and was in the pits, but I didn't realize just how much of a leader of the floor Oscar really was. The things that I'd been hearing over many, many years, it was Oscar who was the one doing that. It was Oscar who was the one changing it. And it was Oscar leading the way and revolutionizing. He perfected it in an environment that just can't be reproduced until he finally came up with the OMNI, and then it just works.
The really surprising thing was how simplistic he made it. He calls it being like an airline pilot. You got a checklist. This is what you do, and he made it really simple. Everybody thinks the stock market is this big confusing game, but he made it really simple. You do the checklist, and you'll do okay. And that was really impressive to me.
Oscar's kindness to fill in your unprofessional understanding. And just make it simple.
My expectations were definitely met. Probably, I would say they're exceeded. I was kind of expecting one thing, and I was pleasantly surprised to see it was not quite what I was expecting. I thought maybe it was some software system that was super proprietary, and without that you wouldn't be able to do anything. Instead, Oscar has a process, not a system, and the process is the kind of thing that you can follow any market, whatever you want to trade. You just take this trading process and apply it to that, and you'll be successful at it. By having such an adaptable process, that was basically the secret sauce that I've been missing in my own personal trading. I could never have come even close to Oscar's experience, and it would have been very costly for me to even attempt to get there on my own.
Yes, my expectations were met. My expectations were ignorant. So I forgive myself for not knowing, because I'm not a professional. So some of the things, maybe he'll teach me how to use Fibonacci's, or he'll teach me how to use whatever. Let's keep it simple, kid. So my expectation was to understand the nuts and bolts of trading. How does this work? What I got was, oh my goodness, package it down quiet it down, make it simple, reproducible, make a system so I'm not worrying about my trades. I'm placing my trades. Done.
I didn't really have many expectations, but he has gone way above what I thought I was going to get. He's actually made me see that it's a lot simpler than I always thought it would be, and he's just given me a lot of confidence. But he's gone way above what I thought I was going to learn. And thank you, by the way.
Some of the other courses would just focus on the mechanics of how to trade, or maybe the mechanics of the options, or the mechanics of this, that, or the other, and not so much on which direction the market is going. Their system was really hard to follow, or their system seemed to barely break even, and then after a while their system would start losing. And then of course they would try to sell you another new system that was even better than the old system, and they just kept trying to sell you more and more systems. Not Oscar. He's got one system, it's the same system, hadn't changed, and he's not trying to sell you one system after another.
I did the same thing you're wondering, like, should I make that investment of time? And believe me, it's well worth it. I've been watching Oscar off and on since 2009. Really in the last year, I've started following every day, and you see how successful he is. Make that jump, man. It is well worth your time and money. And it's not just this camp. I know that from here throughout, Oscar is always going to be there to help me. He's a great guy, honestly.
I got much more than that. I got, Oscar filled in the parts where I was lacking, and the parts where the things that I was missing, and really kind of pulled together the gaps in my own knowledge and the gaps in my own trading, and the difference between success and failure. And Oscar was able to help me see that, figure it out, and fix it.